Antonio Davis had only 1 point and 3 rebounds.
But give Greg Anthony credit. Yes, Derek Harper is a first-level player, and Anthony just a substitute at this point in his career, but he has learned how to play well. And he plays his best when it's on the line. It appears to be a doomed situation.
So play resumes, just over 3 minutes left in the third. Pacers up 7 with the ball. Smits turns on Ewing and connects. Smits having a big game, 25 points.
Smits feels at this point that he can do anything. Almost every shot he throws up is going down. Difficult jumpers, turnarounds from 17 feet. Jackson missed the golden opportunity for a steal, but the Knicks turn it right back over.
Oakley's pass from Mason does not find the mark. It sails out of bounds. Timeout. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
So, what exactly are we up against?
These guys are bad.
Bad as in good?
No, bad as in evil. They lie. They cheat. They don't play by the rules.
What do we do?
2 words. Defense.
Here goes Mookie. Yes! Oh, Mookie! Stoudemire. A healthy 3. Yes! Oh, man! Still time for the Sixers. Stackhouse to one for the win!
It was a simple give and go. I made the first basket of the game. Nothing elaborate, just a plain 2-point basket. I always felt that, hey, I was there at the beginning. I scored the first 2 points on that play. Till this very day, guys come up to me, oh, you scored the first 2 points. Now, to have something like that happen is a thrill for me.
Welcome back to the Garden, where emotions have been escalating. This was a trigger point as Oakley, saving the ball, fell into the Pacer bench. Haywood Workman grabbed a hold of him. Oakley knocked his hand away, and words were exchanged. Technical foul on Workman.
And then a moment after that, Antonio Davis on an offensive rebound, stick-back opportunity. Flagrant foul called there, technical foul after Harper's flagrant. The push in the back, and then Harper coming right back at him gets his own technical. They both picked up tees in the first half. They're ejected. Riley gets to pick the shooter. Smits knocks down the free throws.
So Antonio Davis of Indiana, Derek Harper of New York, disqualified with 2 technical fouls as Ewing rebounds that miss.
Wild shot by McKee. Solid defense. Typical of Oakley's play throughout.
Mason almost lost it. Shot clock. 2 to shoot. Anthony barely hit the iron. Offensive board. Starks for 3.
Fine decision by Ewing. Knowing it's not his offensive day. Let the game come to you. Pass the ball. Play some defense. Get some rebounds. Pacers are going to have to withstand a furious charge here by the Knicks.
Overshooting Ewing to get it to Smith. And Rick is fouled as he takes it to the basket. Nice pass.
What an entry pass by Byron Scott, who played so many years with the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Jabbar going into the Hall of Fame a week from tomorrow, but that entry pass right on the money by Byron Scott.
Here's a look at the technical fouls. Antonio Davis and Derek Harper disqualified with 2 each. Jackson and Workman also picking up 1 for Indiana. And you saw that many New York Knicks players also assessed a technical foul in this game. 9 technical fouls called.
Now the Knicks have to play with their 2 offensive weapons, their creator, Derek Harper, and their big finisher, Ewing, out of the game. Ewing, of course, will be back.
It's down with 4 fouls and 1:38 to play in the third as Smith misses Oakley rebounds. Haywood Workman has replaced Mark Jackson for the Pacers.
Second string backcourt for Indiana.
Starks. Eric McKee's foul. That's his 4th foul.
Starks is doing a solid job of curling around the post when he's coming flashing for the ball. The Pacer big guys have to step up and deny that curl, get in his cutting lane, more pressure on the ball for the Pacer defense.
Dwayne Farrell making an appearance in the Indiana lineup as McKee to the bench with 4 fouls. That was just the 4th Indiana team foul. Penalty on the next. Starks lays it in. Somehow got free to the hoop.
Now there's no shot blocking presence. Smith, yes, at 7'4", is big, but is he the defensive stopper that a Dale Davis and Antonio Davis? No.
Workman lost it as he tried to pass. Picked up by Smith. Final minute of the third.
Reggie Miller and Mark Jackson had control of the game, it seemed like. Then they get taken out.
Mason in traffic. Got it. Lead cut to 3.
Crowd is in it for one of the few times today.
Scott. It rimmed out to Mason.
It has not been Byron Scott's day.
And the Knicks will hold for the final shot of the period. Anthony for 3. Workman from backcourt, way off the mark. The Indiana Pacers taking command in the third, only to see the Knicks get back in it. At the end of 3, the Indiana Pacers 80, New York Knicks 77. Back after these messages and a word from your local station.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest game.
The advantage has been batted back and forth in this one. Indiana built a 9-point lead during the third quarter, only to see the Knicks mount a 7-1 run to end the period. Fourth quarter underway with Indiana up 3.
Starks is the guy that the Pacers have to concentrate on. They got Byron Scott, a tremendous defender on him.
Oakley lost it. Off Smith's knee and out of bounds with 5 to shoot.
Smith couldn't believe that ball came right to him.
Oakley plays soccer in Holland, did he?
7'4" soccer players, I don't know how effective they can be.
3 to shoot. Oakley for 3. Starks made the acrobatic pass, but the 3 would not go down.
Pacers need to get something going that they can call a disciplined offense. Mason, too much contact in the post, pushing the big guy off. That's his 3rd.
Patrick Ewing remains on the bench with 4 fouls to start this final period. Good total fouls.
Derek McKee's also got 4. Antonio Davis has been ejected. Big problems front court for Indiana.
Workman with a quick move on Anthony, and then the help comes from Smith to the block. Starks pulls up, and Smith the board.
The Pacers did a good job in nullifying that fast break. Mason was down there for the offensive board, but Sam Mitchell and Farrell just cleared him out, allowed their teammates to get the ball.
Scott. Call for the offensive foul. Byron Scott's 3rd personal.
Byron Scott, one of the game's great playoff performers in history, the 4th active scorer behind Jordan, Robert Parrish, and Hakeem Olajuwon, just having as bad a day as you can possibly have.
Hand check, foul, Dwayne Farrell of Indiana.
Maybe it was when they held him down and shaved his head, Byron Scott, down in Atlanta after they swept. It was part of a deal he made.
I still can't get used to Scott shaving head. Smith clears out, made himself a little space, and a foul called on Indiana. Mitchell.
The Knicks doing a good job here. They've taken Starks out. Starks was gunning him up from 3. But the lineup that Indiana has, the Knicks should be going to the hoop every single time. Post up Charles Smith, post up Mason.
Anthony, that's a 3. And the game tied at 80.
Larry Brown showing extreme confidence in his second unit as Reggie Miller and Mark Jackson languish on the bench.
Smith against Mason, just turns and shoots.
Generally a big guy like a Smits, once they get the towering opponent viewing out of the game with fouls, they'll relax a little bit. They'll succumb to the undercutting, the pushing out of a Mason or an Oakley, but Smits has delivered throughout.
Just one short of his career playoff high. He has 28 points. Foul call in Indiana as we take a break. You're watching the NBA on NBC. Walt Frazier, who had 36 points.
There's a tremendous picture entering the Knicks training room. Willis Reed laying on the floor with a quote on it saying, "I'll crawl into that championship game to get this done." He did. They got it done. Brilliant performance by the entire Knicks team that day.
Anthony Mason, strong move to the basket to tie the game at 82.
Shuffle off, down screen, and then flash into the post, and the Pacers just can't hold on to the ball. And Reggie Miller and Mark Jackson continue on the bench. When you're out that long, you always run the risk of not being able to turn it back on. They had the grease rolling there. Smith dangerous with the dribble.
Workman puts it up. Oakley kept it alive. Charles Smith powers it, and the Knicks have a chance to take the lead.
This is not the type of game where you're tired. They've blown so many whistles, so many fouls, that you're always stopping.
Reggie Miller up off the bench will come back in. Indiana led by 9 in the third quarter. Davis for 3. Workman way up for the board.
The Knicks have not taken advantage of this small lineup. Now the bigger guys are back in.
Smith got away from the double team and is fouled. As Miller and Jackson re-enter the lineup.
Smits, who just keeps playing better and better as his career goes on, his 7th year now out of Marist College here in New York. Had his best season this year, Smits. 18 points, 8 boards a game. A significant improvement on the defensive rebounding side.
And the Duncan Dutchman equals his career playoff high, 29 points. That foul, by the way, the 4th on New York's Charles Smith. .30 new career playoff high for the Duncan Dutchman.
And he stayed out of foul trouble.
Anthony whips it inside. Ewing, foul as he tried to take it to the basket. Where's it? No, knocked out of bounds. No foul called. Knicks will get it back with 10 to shoot.
Double screen for Hubert Davis. Reggie Miller. Joe Crawford right on top of it.
New York retains possession. Now 7 on the shot clock.
Miller had a save attempt, but the ball went straight down instead of back and into Starks' legs. Davis's legs, excuse me.
Hubert Davis pumps, shoots over Smith, no good. And Dale Davis has the rebound.
Post up Smith again. Why go away from that?
Miller off a screen. There's the post by Smith against Mason. And Smith gave Mason a shove in the small of the back to pick up the foul. That was needless by Smith. Had position, had the ball with nobody between he and the basket.
You have to wait. You have to be patient, particularly a guy like Mason who's going to flop a lot. Easy flop.
Anthony penetration and bucket.
Greg Anthony's kept himself together all year. Didn't play a majority of the mid part of the season. A regular on the DNP list.
Mason, a reach-in foul on Rick Smith, hacked him on the arm. That's 4 on Anthony Mason.
Greg Anthony playing in place of the ejected Derek Harper, just right down the lane, and again taking advantage of Mark Jackson's inability to guard people on the perimeter.
Smith hits his 31st point. He has 7 rebounds, too, and look at the foul trouble. It's an extensive list.
More serious for New York.
Already 2 players ejected for picking up 2 technical fouls. Derek Harper of New York, Antonio Davis of Indiana. Smith's dead eye on the free throw line. He's hit 8 of 9 at the strike today.
High pick and roll. Dump it down into post. Beautiful set offense.
Ewing fouled. Rick Smith, number 4. Ewing at the free throw line. We've played 41 minutes. We've had 47 personal fouls called and 9 technicals. That 47 personal fouls ties for the 4th most ever in playoff history. The record is 55 personal fouls in a playoff game. Syracuse at Boston for overtime game in 1953.
Time for the Pacers to try to reassert control. You don't want to win this game by 1 point at the buzzer if you're Indiana.
I suspect they'll take a win here anyway they can get it, but I know what you're saying. Miller had it blocked by Davis, got it back, and missed badly. Here's the outlet, Davis against Jackson. Oh! Hubert Davis laid it in right over Mark Jackson.
The Knicks' strategy. Home so well last year in the Eastern Conference Finals. Forced Reggie Miller left. They can put it on the floor and then stay down. He'll pump fake it, but he draws a foul by Hubert Davis away from the ball. Force him left. Be patient, let him leave the ground first, bring him back left again. 2 block shots. Ewing, of course, the 3rd leading block shot career active player in the NBA history.
New York by 1, approaching the 6-minute mark.
Smith's in the post.
Mason trying to front him. Smith calls for it, but they can't get it to him. Here's McKee. Floater no good. Ewing tapped it out and can't save it.
That's a terrible shot by Derek McKee. After Ewing seemed to be 6 steps out of bounds by the time they called that timeout.
And Larry Brown wanted a walking call before he called it. He called a timeout to save the turnover. We'll be back.
Ewing was not out of bounds. Larry Brown wanted to travel, maybe a little bit of a hop. Certainly not enough, though, to call that on Patrick Ewing, where every possession is so crucial, and the Knicks throw it away on an inbound pass after a timeout.
Just as you said, every possession was crucial. They waste one.
No wonder coaches have nightmares.
Rick Smith's hoping to use this series against Patrick Ewing to make a statement that he's among the NBA's elite. Reggie Miller missing a three.
The Knick defense is too tough. Pacers can't get good shots unless they go to Rick Smith, and he's having trouble getting the ball.
Reggie Miller only 4 of 15 shooting. Charles Smith can't hit. Ewing with a tap, no good. And waiting in for the rebound is Dale Davis.
That's the rebound you got to bring down and go back up with, as opposed to try to make a difficult 4-foot tap.
Patrick Ewing only 3 of 12 shooting. So the marquee players, Miller and Ewing, non-factors in the game. There's Mark Jackson with a spinning move.
The opportunity of a lifetime for Mark Jackson. His perfect chance to get back. You don't get many chances like that.
Mark Jackson, spending 5 years in a Knicks uniform, was Rookie of the Year for New York. Thomas Wolfe said, "You can't go home again." Mark Jackson trying to prove him wrong.
Jackson with the teardropper in the lane. Jackson was the 18th overall pick in the 87 draft. Imagine the 18th pick getting Rookie of the Year. The league has changed a lot.
John Starks back in, almost ran over Miller. No whistle, and Patrick Ewing finds the ring. New York leads 89-88.
Number one key to beating the Knicks is to deny the penetration of the guards. The Pacers have not done that today.
Jackson cut off on his penetration. Here's Starks wide open.
They come off that pick and roll, and Ewing comes from the weak side, stands up, and the Pacers offense, they're being pushed back on their heels. What you're supposed to do on offense is make the defense be on their heels. The Knicks firmly in control.
Larry Brown saying last year in the playoff series against the Knicks, they gave away the first 2 games. They may look back at this one and see a missed opportunity with Ewing having an off day and Derek Harper ejected from the game. Smith with a rare miss. New York has it.
We talked at the beginning how Rick Smith and Reggie Miller have to be great. Being good is not enough.
And Miller is not having a good day. He's missed his last 4 shots. He picks off that one from Starks. Smith, low block. Ewing draws the double team from Mason. And Smith with a tough shot in the face of Patrick Ewing. He has 34 points.
How great is that to come right back after you miss one, maybe lose a little bit of confidence. The players dump it right back down. He delivers.
1-point game. New York. Ewing double team. Whips it to Anthony for 3. Greg Anthony replacing Derek Harper, who picked up 2 technical fouls with a clutch 3. He has 13 points. That's his 3rd trade.
The offense has really slowed down. This is the final score of the 7th game, where Ewing had 25 points and 24 points, 22 boards.
Jackson, a penetrating move. The lead is 2.
Trying to get the ball out of Greg Anthony's hand.
Foul on Derek McKee of Indiana as Oakley bowled for the basket. That's 5 on McKee.
Pacers did a nice job. The double team in the backcourt. Ewing looks off the near guy, Oakley, on the slash cut. The defense had to collapse to deny that, and Greg Anthony has come up huge for the Knicks in relief.
Charles Oakley's hit all 3 of his free throw attempts in the game. He has 15, now 16 points.
Oakley, 2.5 months with the dislocated toe. Surgery to repair that joint. Hasn't missed a beat.
Hit 2. New York leads 96-92. Time left, just under 2.5. Miller fouls. John Starks tripping Reggie Miller. Second foul on Starks.
Reggie Miller is going to have to do more of that. Force himself coming back right. He's showing that he can't deliver going to his left. Going to have to take that punishment. The Knicks will gladly dish it out, but Reggie Miller, one of the great free throw shooters of all time, one of the most durable players in basketball as well.
And 9 for 9 before that miss. That was the 50th personal foul called in this game, 5 short of the record. Spike Lee celebrates a rare free throw miss by Reggie Miller, who comes back to sink the second. 3-point Knicks lead. 19 points for Reggie Miller.
Dale Davis, you just back off of him. You're not going to be able to get a steal from Mason.
Mason fouled.
And you just give him by trying to reach and make a steal. How many times in Dale Davis's life has he stripped the ball from somebody in the backcourt? He's a banger underneath. He's out there, Smith, a hard foul in the reach in.
So Smith's coming to help out, is assessed the foul, and that's his 5th personal foul. Smith, who has scored 34 points. Mason comes up short.
That's where team defense has to come in. If Mason's going to bring the ball out the court, let him. Just deny everybody else and make Mason beat you from 20 feet. Make him be the playmaker.
Mason has 12 off the New York bench. The Knicks bench has outscored the Pacer bench 29-12. Second free throw good. It's a 4-point Knicks lead.
Pacers aren't stopping. The Knicks are basically scoring every possession. And right now, just matching is not enough. As Ewing gets the bump foul. You want to bump cutters. You have to. You can't allow guys coming through. That's Ewing's 5th, and Miller back to the line for 2 more.
And that is the 52nd foul called in the game.
But in Ewing's situation, you've got to step over there in anticipation, not wait till he's already sliding by the screen.
Reggie Miller looking over at Spike Lee as he makes that free throw, and Spike responds. Here we go again.
Pacers have to win some of these games first, though.
They're within 2.
One game here and there every year. That's just not enough.
Magic number for Indiana to win is usually 100. They have 95. Smith just fouled out of the game. He had a great one, a career playoff high, 34 points and 7 rebounds.
Indiana has to stay together. They've lost their main offensive force today. Antonio Davis, the normal backup center, ejected in the first half. Excuse me, early in the second. And now Ewing's patience, his experience. Fitz just moves up too close. Keep those arms up. Don't reach in. A lot of ball, but plenty of arm as well.
Ewing hits 2. Timeout, Indiana. 1:40 left in game 1. The Knicks lead 99-95.
The numbers that count, though, are the one that's going to be the first one to 4 in terms of victories. Shot clock's going to be a problem here. Pacers into nothing offensively.
Jackson spins, blocked. Again missed underneath.
Shot clock.
Shot clock expires. Did the Pacers call a timeout first? Now the discussion. Here's what happened on that last play. There was no shot clock violation. Oakley had possession, and before he sailed out of bounds, called timeout. So New York timeout, Knicks possession.
They've done that 3 times effectively today.
And I believe they're out of timeout. They are, indeed.
out of timeout.
Ewing, turnaround, partially blocked by Davis. Reggie Miller against Starks, laid it in. 2-point game.
Now Jackson has got to take advantage of Greg Anthony. Those silly plays by gambling Indiana defense. They got plenty of time left in this game.
You see the game clock on the right of your screen. Ewing turns on Davis and feeds to Mason. And one. Derek McKee is just fouled out of the game.
And it's the road victories that are the ones that are going to be important in this series.
Byron Scott has replaced McKee, so Larry Brown getting another three-point shooter in the game as Mason attempts the free throw and comes up short, but Anthony wades in for the rebound. Big board.
Got a foul. They got a foul right away. They wasted 10 seconds. How many times are games decided by the rebounds on free throws, not free throws that are made?
And Greg Anthony, what a big role he has played in this game. Smith's fouled out with 34. Ewing had an off day. And Anthony, who came in for Derek Harper after Harper picked up his second technical, has come up big for New York.
Greg Anthony learned sitting on the bench, kept his mouth shut this year, matured a lot. Again, his fourth season. So much promise coming out of UNLV. Finally coming to the top.
Starks hits two. New York leads 103-97 as the Pacers call a timeout. 103-97, New York leading, 24.7 seconds left. Anthony, one of the heroes. Mason, two, off the New York bench. In a game that has seen 55 personal fouls, tying the NBA playoff record set in a 4-overtime game in 1953. Byron Scott fouled. That'll set the record. Maybe Anthony's not a hero after all.
The bench for New York was key today, with Harper and Ewing not having the typical big games, although Ewing was magnificent in the stretch. The numbers won't show that.
Scott hits two.
Go for the steal, if not, foul immediately.
There's the immediate foul. Greg Anthony will stay to the neck line with 18.7 seconds left. New York leading 103-99. Well, Larry Brown said that his Pacer team came in, unlike the last two seasons, thinking they could beat New York. This Madison Square Garden arena has been a house of horrors for them overall, but he seemed to be confident. Can this Pacer team beat New York?
They're going to have to play a lot better than they played today. Anthony gets the first one, but the Pacers got a break with Ewing in early careless foul trouble. Both teams feeling their way out. The game never achieved its flow until late. Harper gets ejected, and they still can't take advantage. Smith has a monster game.
Greg Anthony hits two to extend the New York lead.
The Knick defense stifling today, as expected. The Pacer offense not disciplined enough, not hungry enough, not sharp enough to get Reggie Miller the shots he needs, to get Derek McKee the ball where he needs it so he can take shots other than fading to his left across the key.
Underway, Houston and Utah tied it too early. We'll be going there at the conclusion of this game. A game that's seen nearly 60 fouls called. Actually, that is short of the record for both teams in a playoff game. Miller for three, and he got it. Reggie Miller with a clutch tray, and it's 105-102. And a steal. Miller retreats to the three-point line and hits again.
Tie game. situation.
And the foul is called with 13.2 seconds. Reggie Miller made a three, stole the ball, raced behind the three-point line, and hit again.
What presence of mind, but then to foul there. The Knicks had no timeouts. You basically had to play for overtime if you're the Pacers in that situation. Miller's going to make, after he sets the screen, he steps behind, makes the first jumper. On the inbound pass, Greg Anthony stumbles, and they can't get it to him. The ball gets stolen. Mason not able to call timeout.
Starks misses. Neither team has a timeout remaining.
Pacers have to box out here if they expect to win this game. Last time, similar situation, Anthony with the offensive board. A make is okay for the Pacers.
Starks misses. Batted around. Ewing has it. His shot, no good. Reggie Miller, the rebound, and a foul with 7.5 seconds.
And Pat Riley is saying, what is going on here? My normally surefire shooter, John Starks, one of the great clutch players in basketball. Streaky, yes, but normally finishes plays like that. Misses 2 free throws. Pacers still can't get the rebound. And now Reggie Miller at the line for 2 free throws after Ewing just a bit long.
Miller has hit 12 of 13 in the game. For only the second time in 16 games here at the Garden against the New York Knicks, Indiana has reached 100 points. They won the other time. Maybe this will be the magic number for them here as well.
It's like Indiana's win in Game 1 at Orlando last year.
Miller hits 2.
No timeouts.
Anthony stumbles and falls. Time runs out. Reggie Miller scoring 8 points in the final 32 seconds. Taunting Spike Lee and 19,000 at Madison Square Garden.
One of the most remarkable comebacks in all of basketball.